Forces 2 is about work. Now, what is work? Well, in physics, work has a very specific meaning. Work is done when the point of application of a force moves in the direction of the force. That's what work is. Work equals force times distance. So W equals Fs. Work equals force times distance. Work is measured in joules, and a joule is a Newton meter. Okay, so just like energy, work is measured in joules. First one is straightforward. Somebody pushing a box, they are doing work. Work is force times distance, 30 times 8, 240 joules. In the second one, this person isn't doing work. No work, at least this force here, this 30 Newton force, isn't doing any work because there's no movement in the direction of the force. It's if you imagine kind of leaning against a wall. If I leant a ladder against a wall, it would be pushing against the wall. Well, the ladder isn't doing work, is it? There'd be all kinds of things going on inside the person's muscles, and they would get tired after a while, but no work is being done by this force because there is no movement in the direction of the force. The top diagram, now the work done is 30 cos 25 times 8. There's two ways of thinking about it. You could say it's the component of the force, 30 cos 25, times the distance that it moves, 8 meters. Or you could say it's the force times the distance moved in the direction of the force, which would be 8 cos 25. Doesn't matter, the answer's the same, 218 joules. The next one is important later on in the upper six. No work is done by this force. Why not? Because there is no movement in the direction of the force. The distance between this satellite and the Earth stays the same, so the force isn't doing work because there is no movement in the direction of the force. And if you think about it, the moon has been going around the Earth for about 4.5 billion years, and the force acting on it due to gravity isn't doing any work because the distance isn't changing. Okay, here is work being done by gravity. Gravity can do work. A field can do work. This person is falling. Gravity's doing work, pulling them down. The skier going down the slope, work is being done against friction. Okay, we imagine the friction force opposing their motion, and we talk about the work done against friction as they come down the slope.